Hey Starry Shimmers, welcome back to TeeksAllArt. So today's video, I'm really just staying in my comfort zone. I guess you probably have seen it from the title of the video and this little drawing poster I have here. So yeah, basically these are one of those days where you really don't want to draw anything or do anything. So yeah, I'm drawing to chill today, not to really artist it out, I guess. So yeah, with no further ado, let's get straight into this video. So for those who didn't know already, my comfort zone is definitely drawing animals, but not like normal looking, more like characters, like animal characters. That's just very, very cartoony. Which people who've watched my channel when it actually first dropped out, you know I was really only drawing animals and not people. Because back then, drawing people really just wasn't my thing. There's way too many details to get right and stuff, and really finding your own style when it comes to drawing people is something. So yeah, it's easy to find your own style with drawing animals, which is what I did here. As far as I go, animals can stand, walk up. Yeah, it's weird, but that's just the way I draw it. Anyways, it does make good for like characters if you're having a world that only has animals. So yeah, I like it. And yeah, back to what I'm actually drawing. Cats are definitely the easiest to draw for me, and if you probably noticed already, but this is definitely inspired by my cat Marvel. Although this character is a boy, it's just like the same type of cat. I always liked this kind of cat and never knew why, but now I'm thinking about Tom and Jerry, it makes sense. That's most likely why I like this design so much. But yeah, so keep going with the design, I guess. I really liked it, like the look of these big jackets, and I've just been seeing them around lately. And yeah, they just look cool. So yeah, I wanted to do it for a cat. And the coolest part is it covers the neck, so I don't really have to worry about the neck lining up with the shoulders. But at the same time, you do want to line it up with the shoulders decently because you want it to look natural. Like you can tell if it's just like a big glob of puff and nobody worked on the anatomy of the neck and the shoulders. So yeah, I'm not saying it's unimportant, but it just makes the job easier. And with this design, I just really liked it. So I got this idea of what if I can turn it into like a comic strip kind of thing and do it almost like a anime or manga comic, but except it's like colored. So I wanted to do like that strong inkish newspaper look, but then at the same time it's colored. So yeah, this is the project here. And yeah, once again, this was something where I can stay in my comfort zone and chill, but I do think it kind of got out of hand. You can probably tell by the length of this video. It was not planned to be a huge thing, just a chill drawing. But yeah, anyways, another thing I was testing out is simple lighting and shading. I was wondering if I could use simple lighting and shadings for a character, would it still look good? Because that is how you easily make a comic and things of that nature. And I definitely have a tip for artists who are doing things like that. I wouldn't really focus on the lighting and shading as a primary thing. As long as your line art is expressing everything, you'll barely need to add lighting and shading to anything, and therefore you can draw the same character multiple times over and over, and it still looks expressive because your character may still look good without the lighting or shading if your line art is expressive. So yeah, that's basically what I did here. But then I also, some reason when I was drawing this character, my mind kept thinking about lore for like this character, and some reason I was getting all kinds of vibes. So yep, this is a sushi chef outlaw cat with wind powers. Yes, that is very far out. But anyways, I still like the design. And this just seems like those kind of characters that are mute, very expressive, serious, and then kind at the same time. So I just really like the design. And yeah, everything that I made in the background of this character is something that I thought would be like potential good lore for the character. even like the little newspaper in the back, which I didn't spend a lot of time on. So yeah, there's just a bunch of 20-second story plot makeup back there. Anyways, yeah, and this is the end results. In a minute at least. I'm almost done. Just a few more touches. Alright, so I'm all done here, and honestly it looks better than I imagined, so I'm very happy with it. Now here's the thing, I was planning to stop here, but then when I saw how good that came out, I wanted to do a series of characters for some reason. And there's no lore for this, but anyways, I was going to do a frog girl, but the design looked very familiar, and I didn't even like how the design looked. I don't know where this concept came from, but I saw it somewhere. So let's move on. I decided to do a fox girl, because what better than a furry, fuzzy animal to be the second character of this series, I suppose. Anyways, the concept I had behind this, since foxes are kind of known and have a reputation from being sneaky, I kind of wanted to do like a character with two sides or a secret identity. So yeah, kind of like a double-sided character. And the reason why I ditched this design that you guys are watching me create right now, because you don't see it now, but once I color this, she looks like a cyborg, which is not what I wanted. I didn't want a cyborg character, I just wanted a ninja with like half of a mask on. So yeah, it was supposed to be like a ninja fox vibe. Since the cat was like a ninja, I just wanted to complete the set. But yes, this does not work. So when I get to the other, yes, right here. Yep, I decided to go with a totally different thing. It's a ninja design, but she looks normaler. I don't know, I'm still fighting in between both designs at this point, but yep, I finally decided to keep the second one official. It looks better and it's just cleaner. The design is very much cleaner. So I still had to find a way to make this character interesting and have a secret identity. So I know I was going with the ninja theme, but with all the gold and all the shininess, and it looked like a kind of dress-up outfit, I decided to go with a pop star kind of vibe since we were already kind of there. And then I was coming up with all kinds of other crazy concepts. What you see, I'm just rough sketching things here. I decided to ditch that all and then kind of like make a full mask for the secret identity part. And as you see, this is literally the rough sketch, which is why it looks so bad. But once I see what I want from doing this rough sketch, I'm gonna better it, as you see here. And yes, that looks very much more reasonable, Teeks. Thank you. So yes, I kind of made this design more of a double everything, because it's like a double agent, a pop star, and a ninja. That's two different sides and two different personalities whatsoever. So besides the different clothes color, I don't think no one would expect this character to actually be a ninja or anything of that sort. So yes, I also was thinking about lore while I was drawing this character, because once again, this is a time lapse, but these drawings took me a couple days. So I did have a couple days to think as I drew, which is why like this design is so intricate. Like the first drawing took me 1 day, this took me 3 days. Yes, I know. So yeah, I went with the same comic strip thing for this character, but also it's like pop art at the same time. So yeah, this character is a little more intricate than the first and detailed, which was also another test I was doing with art, period. Since I'm in my comfort zone, I might as well get out of my comfort zone at the same time. That does not make sense, but okay. So yeah, I'm also seeing the difference between a character design with a lot of design on it and a character design with a little character design on it, and see how I could manage to pull both of those off in a comic sheet. Because if you notice, I drew this character way more than once, and the key to this is simple shapes and yeah, just like I said, the line art. The better you do the line art, the less you have to do the coloring, people, I'm telling you. Like, I used a different brush this time, and it helped me get like the poses and the foreshortening right. I never do foreshortening usually, but yeah, it actually looks good here. And that's because the line art is so thick. And the thick line art actually will work perfectly in a cartoon. Also, I don't know if anybody noticed, but most of the lines on the character does not line up. Pun unintended. But anyways, yeah, the lines aren't connected, which makes it look even more graphic because the colors are connecting it. So yep, line art is the key to save your life and let you draw your character more than once, people. I am finally realizing that. Because most characters I never draw because I'm like, what if I draw this character, I draw it again, it doesn't even look like that character. What's the point to make a character if the character looks the same as your other characters, but never looks the same when you draw it more than once? So yes, that was a conflict, but now it is solved. So, in other words, to make that long explanation short, this is a new technique I will be using and have learned through this maybe week experience of drawing. I don't know, I probably took more than a week to finish all of these. Can't even tell you at this point. But yeah, this challenge wasn't even supposed to be a challenge, but everything is looking pretty cool. So also with the ninja pop star thing, I also wanted to give this character maybe some kind of royalty vibes, which is the one at the very top that I'm working on right now. I don't know, I was also thinking maybe I can go with a princess vibe. Just mixing a whole bunch of concepts together to make one creative character. Actually, you guys should try it if you're an artist. It's very, very fun, and your character will look very far out and distinct. And what would this be without a little newspaper to go in front? And now I wanted to draw like a front view of this character, but as you see, I'm gonna keep going with it, and yeah, I'm gonna really redo this. So yeah, I am going to redo this because after a while I won't look like how it looks. Something was just off about the head. And really, do you guys feel that same way? Because I feel like right now, even watching it be drawn, something is wrong with the head. So yeah, anyway, it's going to be fixed, so I'm not going to fret while watching it. Although it is kind of cringing me. Doesn't matter. At this point I feel like I'm just rambling, but like I said, the head will be fixed, and I think I kind of like the newer angle, because that was another problem. I couldn't get like the light color on her nose to look right. Something here just wasn't popping. But I also wanted to do the background, maybe like some kind of gold trim, which just matches her gold obsession or her gold obsession rumor. Yes, I came up with some kind of lore around the gold. But yes, a better face angle, a side view also, because I didn't really do side views. And it just looks adorable too. So yeah, you can't get wrong with that. Anyways, I also tried to still do like the minimum shading thing, and it looks like I added a lot to it, but once again, it's really the thick lines that's making an illusion that there's like shading. And here's the finished product. This came kind of exactly how I was hoping it would. And moving on. So this character is actually themed off of a Chinese water dragon, which is a pet I've had before. But I also wanted to give this character some kind of lore. Now that these two characters, somehow I came up with lore for it, I wanted this character to fit in with the other two. So I thought about if like these characters were a crew. And when I thought of it like that, I was very proud because they all looked different, but then you can tell they were in the same world. So yes, this just seemed very cool to me. So I also had to do a comic strip, of course, like the rest of them. And yeah, I actually had a Chinese water dragon before. Anyways, back to the video. I wanted to do like a water swimming type of thing since I couldn't do the frog. But this is what I was gonna do for the frog. This exact drawing scheme with the lily pad over the head and kind of just peeping out of the water. This is like the exact thing I wanted to do. And I am aware that his head kind of does look like a frog head. I'm telling you, it's a lizard. So many people came up to me and it was like, oh wow, a nice frog. But the sharp teeth in the front, it looked like fangs. So I thought that would be enough to pull off the lizard look. But I think his side view is better. His side view, you can tell he's a lizard. So yeah, not too disappointed. Looks pretty good. And I really like the sketch in the middle. I think it's my favorite out of all his designs. So basically the design or the scheme I had for this lizard was, because you know I'm mixing all kinds of themes together, guys. So I guess this one is kind of like a swamp, but then like a explorer, traveler, at the same time an outcast, and then he's like a... Did I add in the musical part? These characters are too much. Oh boy. Anyways, like I said, the concept is still good. It's balanced somehow. I don't know how. This is different. It's fun though. So yeah, basically I kind of did come up with a short story for this character. If everybody thought this character was scary, so he moved out of the city and found an abandoned jazz center. I do not know. And now like the city wanted to be rebuilt, so they were gonna break down the jazz center. So now since the lizard was scary anyway, he's scaring the people away from the jazz center so he can live there, because he was already an outcast. And yes, somehow he finds the rest of the crew of the characters I have created, I suppose. I think, yeah. Anyways, I think that is what I had in plan for this character, which is why you have all these details. And of course I have to do my newspaper in the last square. But first I wanted to finish the sketch in the middle, because I never drew lizards before like this. And I'm starting to like drawing lizards, actually. Drawing lizards aren't that bad. So I went out of my comfort zone, trying to stay in my comfort zone. And now I feel like drawing. So I think every problem at the beginning of this has been solved. But I did want to do a mouse, but then I just decided not to. Because I mean, I can do it later. If I do want to add like a mouse character, just make his comic strip later. And yeah, that'll be fine. So yep, this is how our end results look, and I actually like it. I mean, actually this one is better than all the other two, except I couldn't put his main profile in the front because this background looked too good. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. But anyways, this is the end. So be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, share if you have a friend, and make sure you subscribe. Thank you all Starry Shimmers for watching, and hope you have a shimmer amazing day or night. Bye!